Hello everyone, I'm Thayang and we are reading Elementary Chinese Reader 2, Lesson 44. In this lesson, we'll have a look at how to look a Chinese dictionary to find out meaning of words. As we know, Chinese is different from English in the way that it does not have alphabets, it has characters. So the way to look up dictionary is different from how we look dictionary in English language. Also, we'll have a look at the following grammar points. Yi shama shama chiu. Once, then. Something is conditional upon something else. So once something happens, then the other thing takes place. And chula, EY. Chula shama shama EY. Except and beside. Except he is studying Chinese, everybody else is studying English. So this is the pattern we follow. Chula, shama shama, EY. Except and beside. Let us start with the sentences in the box. Let us have a look at the following sentences. 今天的会议. 会议 is meeting. Today's meeting. 今天的会议开完 after finishing. 我就回家 once today's meeting is finished, I would then return home. E shama shama chu. Once, then this pattern indicate that something is conditional on another thing. Once the meeting today finishes, I will go back home. 回家 return home. 除了他学英语 except him studying English. 我们都学汉语 we all study Chinese. Except him studying English, all of us are studying Chinese. 除了 shama shama EY. Except and beside. Let us now move on to the substitution drills. Let us read the first substitution drill. 他一着急 once he is worried. 就说不出话来 then words don't come out of his mouth. Once he is worried, words don't come out of his mouth. So this condition is based, he is unable to speak when he is worried. 他一着急 once he is worried, words don't come out of his mouth or he is unable to speak. Moving on to the words in the box, let us have a look at the following replacements. Lian Hong, face is red. Once he is worried, his face becomes red. 吃 food. 不下来 could not eat food or could not eat well. 睡不好觉 could not sleep well. Once he is worried, he cannot sleep well. Moving on to the second substitution drill, let us read out the following sentence. 除了汉英词典以外 except Chinese English Dictionary, 我还有一本新华词典 I also have a Xinhua dictionary. Except or other than English Chinese dictionary, I also have, or besides, I also have Xinhua dictionary. 除了什么什么以外 Moving on to the words from the box to make replacements, let us have a look at the following words. 收音机 a radio. 录音机 a recorder. 个 this is the measure word. Except or other than a radio, I also have a recorder. 拼字目标 finnan table. 汉字 Chinese character. 笔画表 stroke table. 张 that is the measure word. Other than a finnan table, I also have a table for Chinese characters. Moving on to the third word in the box, let us have a look at the following two words. 红铅笔 a red pencil. 蓝铅笔 a blue pencil. Moving on to the last words. 英文小说 法文小说 an English novel and a French novel. Other than an English novel, I also have a French novel. Moving on to the next substitution drill, let us have a look at the following sentences. 除了少数汉字以外 except a small number of Chinese characters. Tuo shu, a majority. Tao you by ji ka bu fan, zhu chang de, in several parts arranged. Except a small number of Chinese characters, majority of Chinese characters are arranged in parts. Let us have a look at words in the box to make replacement. Let us read out the following words. Pu tong the pi hua. Pu tong is different. Pi hua, strokes, different strokes. Except a small number of Chinese characters, majority of Chinese characters are arranged in different strokes. Pu shou he, pi the pu fan. Pu shou is character radical. Pu fan is part. Pi the other. Except a small number of Chinese characters, majority of them are arranged in terms of radical and other parts. So as we know, there are two parts in a Chinese character. One is the radical part that denotes the meaning or indicates or gives an idea about the meaning of a word, and the other part indicates the tone or how this word should be spoken. So there are two parts, radical part, which is most of the time on the left side or in the top, and the other part, the radical part, gives us an idea about the meaning of the word, while the other part gives us an idea about how this word should be pronounced. Moving on to the next substitution drill, let us read out the fourth sentence. 除了他学英语以外, except him studying English, 我们都学汉语, we all study Chinese. 除了什么什么以外, except and beside. Except him studying English, all of us study Chinese. Moving on to the words in the box to make replacement in these sentences, let us read out the following words. 会修理灯, 修理 is to repair, 灯 is light, to repair, know to repair lights. 不会 don't know, except him knowing to repair lights, all of us don't know. Replace these words and make new sentence. Moving on to the next two words. 不出旅行, not going to travel. 出旅行, go to travel. Except him not going to travel, all of us are going to travel. 已经结婚, 没结婚, already married, not married, except him being already married, all of us are not married. Moving on to the last two words. 汉语水平高, 水平低, except him having a high level of Chinese, all of us have a low level. 水平 is level, 低 is low. Except him having a high level or a good understanding of Chinese, all of us have a low level of Chinese proficiency. Moving on to the fifth sentence, fifth substitution drill, let us read out the following sentence. 这些上色, these new words, 应该 should, 一个一个的查, to look up. These new words should be looked up by one. 一个一个, repetition of a numeral measured word, indicates the method of doing a particular thing. 一个一个, one by one. These new words should be looked up one by one. Moving on to the words from the box, let us read out the following words. 问题, 个, 了解, 困难, 个, 克服, 困难, difficulty, 个, measure word, 克服, overcome. These difficulties should be overcome one by one. 意见, opinion, 个, measure word, 研究, research. These opinions must be researched or studied one by one. 事情, matter, 件, measure word, 办, method, 机器, machine, 这 is measure word for machines. 调查, investigated. These machines should be investigated one by one. Moving on to the next substitution drill, let us read the following sentence. 条条, 意见. 意见 is opinions. Tiao tiao, this is duplication of adjectives to denote a large or lot of. Tiao tiao the Ichian, various or different opinions. Dou, without exception or all of them. Han chang chui, chang chui is correct. Various opinions, all of them are correct. Qian, measure word for rooms. Wuzi, room. Gan qing, clean. Qian qian wuzi, dou, han gan qing. Number of rooms, all are very clean. Duplication of adjectives to denote a large number or a lot of. Moving on to the next set of three words. Ge, xiang zi, zhang, ge ge xiang zi, dou han zhang. Number of suitcases, all are very heavy. Zhang, hua bian, hao kan. Pictures, good looking. Number of pictures, all are very good looking. Ge, shui shang, nu li. Number of students are working very hard. Let us now move on to the next substitution drill. Let us read out the following sentences. 他累了，应该早早地睡觉。He is tired, should sleep early. Repetition of adjective 早 early. He is tired, should sleep early. Moving on to the words in the box to make replacement. Let us read out the following words. 好好儿，休息休息 take a good rest. 舒舒服服 舒服 is comfortable. So this is repetition of a disyllabic word. 舒舒服服 贴一会儿 to lie down a while, for a while. You should comfortably lie down for a while. 安安静静睡一会儿 peacefully sleep for a while. This was the substitution drill. Let us now read on the text of this lesson, where we'll study how to read a dictionary, a Chinese dictionary. 水会查色电 水会 to know, to study. 查 to look up. 色电 dictionary. Knowing, to look up the dictionary. 上课的时候 at the time of class. 一遇到 once we meet. 不认识 not knowing, which we don't know. The 上色 new words. During the time of class where we meet a word, a new word which we don't know. 我们去问老师 we then ask teacher. 何时 but 热水的时候 but at the time of self-study. 有了不认识 have not knowing. 或者 or. So if we don't know the character, or 不会写的字 not know how to write the character. 我们怎么办呢 what should we do? During the time of class, if we meet a character which we don't know, we need a word which we don't know, we ask teacher. But during the time of self-study, if we meet a new word which we don't know or not know how to write, then what should we do? 那去问一问不会说的老师 then we should ask teacher which does not speak. 字典 a dictionary. 还有字典或者词典 Chinese dictionary. 字典 and 词典 both means dictionary. 有哪几种 种 is to sort. 哪 which sorting. 常见 the cha to look up. The character 办法 method. Ne is a question particle. Chinese dictionary has which method to look up the characters. 如果知道某个字的拼音和声调 if you know a certain character's pinyin and tone. 某 is certain. If you know a certain character's pinyin and its tone. 想知道它怎么写 Want to know how it is written. 或者这知道某个字的发音 Or if you know only a word's sound or pronunciation, 不知道它的意思 Don't know its meaning. 那么就可以用音数差字法 Then you can use 音数差字法 Inshu is phonetic order, cha to look up, z fa is method, character looking method. Then you can use the phonetic method to look up the dictionary. 这就是按照汉语拼音 This is according to Chinese pinyin. 字母的顺序 Shunshu is order, the sorting order. This is according to the sorting order of pinyin, which is the same as English because pinyin are romanized characters. So if we have to look a word with pinyin order, we'll do the same as we do in English dictionary. We look up the word, the starting word in pinyin and look up corresponding page. 找出某个字的数找 to find out a certain character's shu page number. So it's the same way as we do in English dictionary. We look up from the phonetic or pinyin word order the page number of that word. 这种办法跟英语差 This method is with English looking up or looking up the way we look at English dictionary. 华文字典的行话 English and French dictionary looking up method 是一样的 is same as. So this method of looking up a word by using the Chinese pinyin character and looking a corresponding page in the dictionary is the same as looking up an English or a French dictionary. 我们看中文书 We look at Chinese book or we read Chinese book. 书上的 in the book or on the book. When we read a Chinese book, in that book we find characters which we don't know. A lot of characters when we read Chinese book, we don't know them. 书上的字不可能个个都认识 We don't recognize every word in the book. When we read a Chinese book, every character, every word in that book we do not recognize or know. 如果遇到生词不会读 if you meet a word you don't know to read 不会读 don't know to read 也不知道意思 also don't know its meaning. 就 then 可以用 then can using 笔画查字法笔画 is stroke character 查 to look up the fa method of looking a character. If meet a new word you don't know its meaning, don't know how it is spoken, then you can use the stroke character method to check up the dictionary. 汉字看起来虽然复杂 although Chinese character look confusing, 但是每一个字 but every character 都是有一定数量组成的 but every character is organized in certain stroke orders. 查字的时候先数一数 While looking at the characters, first count. 这个字的笔画 This character's stroke orders or number of strokes. 然后 later and after 去查证字表 that is the table or index of Chinese character. Then look up the table of Chinese character. So every character is organized in certain stroke orders. First of all, count the number of strokes. Then look up the index of Chinese characters. 这个表上列 这字店. In this table is listed this character. 里所有的汉字 all the Chinese characters. 比划少的在前，比划多的在后. The characters which number is less, they are in front. The characters which has more strokes, they are at the end. 在标上 in the table. 查到 look up. 你要 you want. 找的字找 to look forward. 字. So in this table, in this index, look up the character or word you are looking for. 再看一看页数 then look up the page number. 就可以找到了 then you can find out. So first calculate the total number of strokes, then look up the table or index of Chinese character. The characters with less strokes are in front, characters with more stroke are at the back. Then find out the page number of that stroke, then you can find out the meaning of the character or word you are looking for. 除了上边的两种方法 other than these two methods listed above 以外还有不收差字法 there is also the radical method. 不收 is radical. So other than these two methods, there is also another radical method of looking up the dictionary. 什么叫不收呢? How to find out the radicals? 汉字是一个由几个部分组成的 A Chinese character is composed of one or several parts. 有些汉字都有个相同的部分 While writing Chinese characters, there is particle or part that is same in different characters. 例如 example 江和海 For example, these three words 江 river 河 sea 海 so ocean. So these three words have one part in common, that is the left part, that is a water radical, it's called a water radical. Tang, tao yo, shui. All these words have a common part, that is the left part which is called the water radical or shui. Shu, yi, chuo, tang, tao yo, mu. All these three words have a common radical, that is mu, a common part mu. Yi from chair, chuo from table, and shu of woods or trees. All these three words have a common part, that is mu. Ta, bao, shou, tang, tao yo, shou. All these three words have a common character radical, that is shou, which means hand. Shui, mu, shou. All these three are called character radicals. Jiao, pu, shou. All these three are called radicals. 查字的时候，先看一看. While looking at the dictionary, first have a look. 它哪一部 it has which radical. 然后按照笔画的多少 then count the characters or strokes, number of strokes in the character. So first look at the radical, then according to counting of the number of strokes, 就可以在这一步查到这个字 can look up this character. First look at the radical, then count the number of strokes, then you can find out the meaning of this word. 查字典有几种不同的方法. Looking up the dictionary has a number of different methods. 只要好好学 only by studying hard or studying good. 好学好记多练习 noting, marking and doing a lot of exercise. 吃一定很快 then very quickly, certainly very quickly. 掌握 to grasp or understand. You'll quickly understand by a lot of exercise, studying good and making notes. 水会茶字典当有了一干天天跟你在一起的老师 Knowing to look up a dictionary is like a teacher with you every day. This was lesson 44 where we studied how to look up a Chinese dictionary and also the grammar particles 除了什么什么以外